In this video, I'm going to share with you a lesson that has taken me 32 years to learn. And this lesson came by a process when I was doing a 365 days create challenge where I created a short video each day for a year. And I managed to do that. And the lesson is simple and it's so life-changing. And that's the reason for this video. And that's what I want to share with you. So the lesson is just decide what you want and take action. And take action. So if you want to accomplish something in life, you just need to decide what is it that you want. Be clear about that. You need to have the definiteness of purpose. That should be clear. What is it that you want? Be clear about that. Not many people have decided. People claim to want things. If you ask them, what do you want? What do you want specifically? They won't be able to say. If you ask someone saying, maybe I want to buy a car, and then you go further, which car do you want? You find that now they'll begin to start figuring out what type of car, make, and all those things. But they are saying that I want to buy a car. So you need to decide, to be clear, to be definite about what is it that you want and start taking action towards that. That's the reason for me. I've even started, I've had this YouTube channel for so many years, and I posted content on it from time to time, but now I've taken it serious and I want to share, to build this channel, sharing my message about purpose and for helping Christian creators to create content, to start creating and share their message to impact the world and build even wealth doing that. So that's the reason for this channel. Now, when you decide that which you want, you are clear about that. That's just the beginning. Deciding what is it that you want and then taking action. So that is just the first step. The second step is taking action. Now, listen to this. Taking action, that's where another stage where people find themselves having problems, because when you start taking action, at times people want to do enormous action in the beginning. They want to do to increase the intensity. No, consistency is what is important, not the intensity. It's not just about being intense. So when you are starting, don't start with intensity. Just make sure you are consistent. So start small. Start small. Start with the resources that you have. Start with the gear that you have. The good news is that whatever it is that you need to get started is already within your reach. What you need to get started, I'm not saying what you want, what you need to get started is always within your reach, is always at your disposal. That is the principle of life. So decide what is it that you want, get started with the resources that you have, with where you are. You don't have to be completely ready before you start. You have to get ready along the way. We've heard this, people say this over and over: you have to start before you are ready. That is so important. You have to start, and whatever you don't know, you can learn along the way, and whatever you don't understand, you figure out along the way. The most important thing, just these two principles: you decide what you want and then you start taking action, showing up every day for that. That is it. That is it. And whatever you don't know, you will learn along the way. But this, I'm saying it over and over, but for people to just realize this and get it, it's very difficult for some reason. Why? Because we are comparing ourselves with others. We are just chasing the trend. We are not clear. And as long as you are not clear about what you want, you'll just be moving from one project to another. And we are living in a generation where the everyday technology is moving so fast, that so much that every day something new is popping up. Something new is popping up. New way of doing things, new platform, new this, new that. But what is important is for you to start and focus on that. Take action every day, show up every day. So I don't have to do what everyone else is doing. I just to know what is it that I'm called to do. What is the change that I want to make in this world, and then start creating content around that and figure out a way to package my message in a way that is engaging, that will cause people to listen. And from that, I can even figure out a way to monetize that. But the first step is not focusing so much on monetization, it's focusing on you getting started and being consistent. Being consistent. And as you do that, the good news is that as you do something often, you are mastering it and you are learning, and you get better if you iterate. If you are learning, if you are improving, you make sure that you are improving each time you are doing something. So this is the lesson that has taken so many years for me to learn, that I just needed to decide on what I wanted and start taking action towards that consistently until I succeed. That's the last point. Until I succeed. People don't do this until. You need to learn the power of the word until, where you learn to do something until you succeed. You keep iterating, you keep improving on what you're doing until it works, until you succeed. That is the mindset. So you need to decide what you want, start taking action, showing up consistently until you succeed. I don't know how long it is going to take for my YouTube channel to get to a place that I want to be. Like, I want to get to a 3.3 million subscribers for my channel. That is a goal that I have. I don't know how long that is going to take. It may take 2 years, it may take 3 years, it may take 10 years, but I'm going to do it until I get to that target. I'm going to learn to figure out to improve, to keep improving until I get to that number. That is the mindset to succeed. You just need to decide what you want, start showing up consistently, but start small, and then do it until you succeed, until you figure out how to succeed and get the results that you want. God has called you for this. For me, this is not just content creation, this is the pursuit of purpose. I know the message that I have is needed out there. So along the way, I need to figure out how to communicate this message effectively and improve. But the most important thing is that I have started, and I should continue and show up consistently. This lesson is so powerful. You can apply it in any area of your life. In any area of your life, in business, in relationship, in any area of your life, you can apply this lesson. Decide what you want and take action. Just decide what you want and take action, show up consistently, and show up until you succeed, and you'll be able to attain the results that you want. You only quit when you stop. If you don't quit, you win. So you need to adopt the until mentality, until you succeed, until you make it. Hopefully you have learned something from this video. Kindly subscribe, share your thoughts in the comment section, and share this video with someone who you think may be in need of this message. Thank you so much. This is the Pursuit of Purpose with Nevers. See you in the next one. Take care.